The average American household is currently carrying over $10,000 in credit card debt. This balance represents a persistent drain on the resources of the workforce, pulling capital away from the individuals who earn it. Albert Einstein famously described compound interest as the eighth wonder of the world. The logic is simple. Those who understand its mechanics earn it, while those who do not are destined to pay it. When you invest, compounding works for you, but in a high APR environment, this process operates in reverse. With interest rates frequently exceeding 22%, credit card debt functions as a reverse miracle, an engine that compounds debt faster than most assets can grow. This environment directs a significant portion of a household's labor toward automated algorithms in banking centers like Wilmington, Delaware. In this structure, debt is not a temporary hurdle, but a permanent feature of the consumer's financial life. This chart illustrates the negative spread. Investing capital for an 8% return while carrying debt at 22% means the debt aggressively overtakes your progress. The result is a guaranteed 14% annual drag on your net worth, outpacing market growth. Many consumers treat a rolling credit card balance as a static utility bill, a predictable monthly cost that is simply accepted as part of their lifestyle. Attempting to build a portfolio while maintaining this balance is a contradiction in logic. Until the high-yield debt is extinguished, any investment gains are immediately negated by the higher cost of the debt. Relying on this debt cycle applies a behavioral economics principle known as psychological anchoring. Statements use cognitive tunneling. They hide the $10,000 principle, anchoring you to the $250 minimum payment. This obscures the mechanics. While you feel secure, over $2,000 of pure interest accumulates in the background in a single year. Paying only the minimum amount significantly extends the life cycle of the debt. For a $10,000 balance, the repayment timeline can stretch to 27 years. Over that period, the total amount paid back to the institution will exceed $26,000. The original purchase is eventually eclipsed by the cost of the interest. The minimum payment acts as a mechanism that converts the borrower into a long-term source of yield for the institution. To interrupt this cycle, you can utilize a 0% balance transfer to pause the interest accumulation. In this arbitrage tactic, you pay an upfront fee to move the capital into a zero-interest environment. This provides a window where every dollar of your payment applies directly to the principal. This strategy fails if the original credit line remains active for new purchases. Spending on the old card while paying off the transfer balance results in a cycle of double leveraging that can worsen the total debt position. Deleveraging also requires evaluating your idle cash. Keeping $5,000 in savings at 4% while owing $10,000 at 22% results in an 18% loss on that capital every year. A small psychological floor of $1,000 to $2,000 should be maintained for emergencies. This prevents a single unexpected expense from forcing a return to credit card borrowing. The goal is to halt the interest burn rate first, allowing you to deploy all remaining capital toward the principal.
We are often taught that a high credit score is a definitive indicator of personal financial success. The FICO algorithm measures historical reliability and borrowing capacity, ranking your profitability to a bank. It ignores net worth and income. You can have zero savings and a negative net worth, yet maintain a perfect score simply by following the bank's debt payment rules. This obsession with credit often masks lifestyle creep, where rising income is immediately committed to new debt-financed upgrades like vehicle leases or electronics. Modern interfaces further encourage this by creating a frictionless spending environment, making it harder to track the cumulative impact of daily transactions. Reward points reinforce this behavior. The bank provides a small percentage back in rewards to incentivize higher overall spending. For anyone carrying a balance, the interest penalty quickly exceeds the value of the rewards earned. Paying 22% interest to receive 2% back is a net loss. Carrying a balance turns a rewards program into an expense. The institution extracts far more in interest than it provides in points. The most efficient way to pay down this debt is the Debt Avalanche, an algorithm designed to minimize total interest paid. This diagram shows the process. You list all debts and sort them by the interest rate. You ignore the balance sizes and target the account with the highest interest rate first. By focusing every extra dollar on the highest yield liability, you reduce the speed at which your debt grows. The risk here is the potential for a long period without a visible result. If your highest interest card also has your largest balance, it may take months or years before the first account is closed. Without frequent milestones, many lose the discipline required to see the plan through. The alternative is the Debt Snowball. It is mathematically less efficient, but optimized for human behavior. In this model, you sort debts from the smallest balance to the largest. The interest rates are temporarily ignored. This strategy creates an immediate victory. Seeing a small account reach zero provides a sense of progress that reinforces the commitment to the larger goal. Once the small debt is gone, that payment amount is added to the next account. This creates a psychological momentum that helps sustain the effort over the long term. While it costs more in interest than the avalanche, the snowball is often more successful in practice because it accounts for the emotional difficulty of debt repayment. The debt avalanche serves the math, while the debt snowball serves the human. Choosing between them depends entirely on your personal psychological needs. The most important step is ending the cycle of indecision. Selecting a plan is more effective than waiting for the perfect strategy. Reaching an unleveraged state reclaims the hundreds of dollars each month that previously vanished into interest payments. This capital becomes available for savings and investment. Eliminating this debt means your labor is no longer utilized to service a bank's profit margin. You are effectively buying back your current time. Reaching a zero balance ends the lease that major financial institutions hold on your labor. It is the first step toward taking full ownership of your financial future.